This will make you cry hard. You need to hear the truth about. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, this will make you cry hard. You need to hear the truth about what happened to your parents. My child, you have carried questions in your heart for far too long. Sleepless nights, endless prayers, silent tears. You wondered why things were hidden, why no one would speak the full truth. But now, I am bringing it to light. Now, I am peeling back the layers of silence. I am exposing what was never meant to remain in the shadows. Finally, my child, you remember the day everything changed. The silence in the house. The way time froze. The moment your heart knew something was wrong, even before words were spoken. But what you didn't know, what they didn't want you to know, is that it wasn't just coincidence. It wasn't just life. It wasn't just fate. There were decisions made in secret places. There were plans formed in hushed conversations, behind closed doors. And they never expected the truth to surface. They never imagined the heavens would speak. But I am the God who sees in secret and rewards in the open. They wanted to keep it hidden from you. They wanted to protect themselves, not you. They wanted to protect their version of the story. But the real truth, the deep truth, the one that makes even the earth hold its breath, is coming to you now. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. The sorrow that was introduced into your life was not written by my hand. The betrayal, the silence, the manipulation, it was human. It was selfishness. It was the spirit of greed and envy, disguised as care. They played a role in what happened. Not just as bystanders, but as participants. There was a woman, yes, the one who claimed to be innocent, who said she was only trying to help. But my child, her hands were not clean. She knew. She saw. She allowed things to happen that could have been stopped. She stood at a fork in the road and chose silence over righteousness. And she has walked free for so long. But not anymore. Not after today. Because the truth is out. The memory is returning. The conversation you overheard but were too young to understand, it was real. The fear in your mother's eyes. The hesitation in your father's voice. The messages deleted. The letters you were never allowed to read. My child, the truth was buried in layers of secrecy, but I am unearthing it all. She said she was there for support. But she had her own motives. She had her eyes on what didn't belong to her. She pretended to be the helper, but behind the scenes, she sowed discord. She whispered things that caused confusion. She distorted trust. And you, innocent and pure, were caught in the middle. But you are no longer a child. You are no longer helpless. I have raised you up for such a time as this. I have anointed your eyes to see, your ears to hear, and your spirit to discern. And now, I am giving you clarity. The reason she stayed close was not to love you, but to control the narrative. She erased memories, replaced them with false ones. She twisted words. She blurred timelines. And now, the very thing she feared the most is happening. You're waking up. You're remembering. And I am confirming what your spirit always suspected. You asked me in prayer, God, if there's anything I need to know, show me. And now I am showing you. You said, God, if there's anything hidden, reveal it. And now I am revealing it. You said, God, please don't let me live in a lie. And now the truth is here. Finally, God is exposing this woman. Open it now before she weaves another lie. There were things said about your parents that were never true. Stories meant to stain their legacy. Decisions made that painted them in a false light. And all to cover up her own wrongdoing. But I have kept their memory safe. I have kept the truth preserved in the halls of heaven, waiting for the appointed time. And my child, that time is now. The people who were supposed to protect you were silent. The ones who should have stood up remained seated. But I have always stood with you. Even when you felt abandoned. Even when you felt alone. Even when no one believed your instincts. I believed you. I believed in you. And now, I am confirming everything. The truth is a sword, it divides. It separates what is real from what is false. And what is happening now is not just a revelation, it is a divine separation. I am pulling you away from what was corrupt. I am removing the influence of those who manipulated. I am releasing you from the spiritual hold of lies spoken over your life. The moment you open your heart to this truth, the chains begin to fall. The confusion begins to lift. The clarity begins to come. You may cry. You may weep deeply. But even your tears are sacred to me. Even your heartbreak is holy in my sight. I have collected every tear. I have held every cry. And now, I am turning your sorrow into strength. I am turning your pain into purpose. I am turning your confusion into clarity. The woman who did this, she didn't just betray your parents. She betrayed you. She tried to erase a part of your destiny. But what she forgot is that no one can erase what I have written. No one can undo what I have ordained. No one can cancel the call I've placed upon your life. She moved in secret, but I am a God of light. And I expose all that is hidden. The days ahead will bring more signs. You will begin to see confirmation in conversations. Old messages will resurface. People will start remembering things they never shared. Even the silence of others will begin to speak volumes. Don't ignore the signs. Don't dismiss the inner knowing. I am guiding you. I am revealing. I am exposing. And I am healing you. I am healing the child within you who felt neglected. I am healing the teen who felt lied to. I am healing the adult who carried silent questions. You are not forgotten. You are not crazy. You are not dramatic. You are discerning. You are chosen. You are protected. This is your moment of liberation. This is your divine unveiling. And even though it hurts now, even though it feels like the world is spinning, I promise you, what I am doing is for your restoration. You will look back and see that this truth was the beginning of your rising. This truth was the door to your freedom. And I am with you through it all. My beloved child, there is something I need to tell you today, and it is not something you were expecting. It is something that will open a door inside of you that you have kept shut for too long. You have wondered about many things. You have prayed, asking me for understanding, for clarity, for truth. And now, I am giving it to you, not to break you, but to set you free. This message is for you and only for you. Let nothing distract you from this moment. I have waited for the right time to reveal this, and now your heart is ready. Now your soul is strong enough to receive it. What I say will shake you. This will make you cry hard. But you need to hear the truth about what happened to your parents. You have lived with questions you never dared to ask aloud. You've felt emotions you've tried to bury deep within yourself, pretending they don't rise to the surface. You've told yourself to move on, to be strong, to accept what you've been told. But what you were told was not the whole truth. What you were told was a version, a shadow of what truly happened. But I saw it all. I was there. I watched over every moment, even the ones that were never spoken of. I was the witness to every tear your mother shed when no one was watching. I was present when your father stayed up late into the night, burdened by something he couldn't speak of. I know their hearts, I know their suffering, and I know the secrets that others wanted to keep buried forever. There are things about your parents that you do not know yet. You have only seen what others allowed you to see. You have heard only what others chose to tell you. But I, the Lord your God, know all things. I see into the hidden places. I reveal what is concealed. And I say to you now, your parents were not weak, they were not foolish, they were not broken in the way others claimed. They were fighting a battle that you never saw, a spiritual war that tried to tear apart everything they built together. They were carrying burdens that were not theirs to carry. They protected you from truths that would have shattered your innocence, because they loved you more than you will ever understand. But now, you are no longer a child. You are no longer fragile in the way you once were. You are stronger than you realize, and the time has come for you to hear what truly happened. This will not be easy. This will open old wounds and perhaps reveal ones you didn't know existed. But you are not alone. I am with you, and I will walk with you every step of the way. Do not be afraid of what I will show you. It is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to deliver you. Your parents were chosen. You must understand this clearly. They were not ordinary. There was something in them that marked them, something I placed deep within their souls. They carried a light that many feared. They walked with a purpose that others did not understand. And because of that, they were watched. They were targeted with jealousy, with betrayal, with manipulations that came from those who pretended to love them. You have wondered why there was so much pain around them. Why certain people suddenly distanced themselves. Why things fell apart that should have lasted. Why confusion surrounded their final days. It is because they were never truly safe in the company of those they trusted most. I am telling you this now because it is time to awaken. There is something inside of you that must rise. The truth about your parents is also the truth about you. You carry what they carried. You have inherited the same light. And just like them, you have been misunderstood, misjudged, and mistreated by people who do not know who you truly are. Your parents tried to shield you from what they endured, but now it is time for you to know, because this truth will connect the missing pieces in your life. This truth will explain why you've always felt things others didn't, why you've always sensed there was more happening behind the scenes. I know what others have said about them. I know the looks you received. I know how some painted your mother as weak, too emotional, too sensitive. I know how they said your father failed, that he could have done more, should have been more. But those are lies. Those are opinions from people who never saw the full picture. What they endured in silence was more than most could survive. Your mother cried for you. She cried not because she was hopeless, but because she carried so much responsibility. She knew things she never spoke. She stayed quiet to protect you from realities too dark for your young heart. She carried wounds that no one helped her heal. And yet, she loved fiercely. She prayed when no one knew. She stood before me pleading for your life, asking me to keep you safe when she could no longer protect you on her own. And your father, he was not cold. He was not distant. He was carrying weight that bent his back and bruised his spirit. He fought battles in silence because he didn't know how to express the storms within him. He was a man marked by purpose, and the world tried to crush him for it. He stood for righteousness in a time when many around him were falling into compromise. He refused to bow to lies, even when it cost him his peace. And because of that, people turned on him. They lied about him. They tried to rewrite the story of his life. But I saw the truth. I saw his tears. I saw his prayers. I saw the love in his heart for you, even when he didn't know how to show it perfectly. You need to understand this, my child. Your parents were targeted not because of their failures, but because of their light. Because of who they were. Because of what they carried. They were vessels of something pure, something divine, and the world rejected them for it. Those who should have protected them betrayed them. Those who should have stood beside them abandoned them. And now, I am exposing it all. Because you need to know that what happened to them was not their fault. It was not your fault. It was a reflection of the deep spiritual battle they were part of, a battle you are now stepping into as well. This is why you felt the pain you couldn't name. This is why you've carried sorrow that doesn't always make sense. This is why you've questioned everything about who you are. But I am here now, and I am restoring what was taken from you. I am putting truth in your hands. I am placing clarity in your heart. I am telling you, your parents loved you with all their hearts. They would have given everything to shield you. They did everything they could. What happened to them, what was done to them, was not because they were weak, but because they were chosen. And now, you are chosen too. Angel says, this will make you cry hard. You need to hear the truth about what happened to your parents, because I can no longer allow the lies to continue. You have lived for so long in confusion, wondering, questioning, and feeling something was wrong, but no one ever told you. You tried to silence the pain, tried to convince yourself it was just your imagination. But I, the Lord your God, saw it all. I was there when it happened. I was there when they were taken from you, not by natural cause, not by time, but by hidden betrayal wrapped in smiles. You were only a child, but even then, your spirit sensed the shift, the silence, the unanswered questions. Now I am here to speak because the time for truth has come. You were not crazy to feel what you felt. You were not wrong to ask what you asked. Your questions were not foolish, they were guided by the Spirit I placed within you, even in your youth. You are chosen. From the womb, you were set apart. The path you were meant to walk was not ordinary, and the calling over your life drew the envy and the schemes of others, even among those who should have loved and protected you. But I say now, everything done in the dark is coming to light. Everything stolen is being returned. And everyone who conspired in silence is about to face what they sowed. The truth is not just for your pain, it is for your healing. What you're about to hear is deep and piercing, and it will bring tears, but those tears will cleanse your soul and wash away years of confusion, guilt, and inner unrest. Your parents did not leave you in the way they made you believe. There was a woman, yes, she was close. Too close. She smiled at you, told you she loved you, told you she would take care of you. But she was hiding. Her lips spoke love, but her heart brewed jealousy. She could not bear to see the blessings that were over your family. She knew who you were. She knew the spiritual inheritance your parents carried. She saw the light on you, even as a child. And instead of honoring it, she wanted to extinguish it. But she could not. And she still cannot. And those who stood by her, those who doubted your inner pain, those who thought you were overreacting, they will see the truth and feel the weight of what you carried in silence. This is a message for you, and it is not random. Heaven has been waiting for this moment. Archangel Michael has stood near you in your sleep. You felt the presence but didn't know what it was. You've had dreams you couldn't explain, emotions you couldn't describe, a stirring in your chest you couldn't calm. That was the call of heaven knocking at your door. This is your divine moment. Do not reject it again. Listen. The clock is moving swiftly. If you open your heart, if you receive the truth, if you let me in fully this time, I will show you everything, what really happened, who was involved, what they did with the inheritance, how they covered it up, and what they are still hiding to this day. The things your parents left behind were not just material. There were spiritual mantles. There were divine blessings, family callings, and ancestral promises connected to your bloodline. But because you were young and unaware, they tried to erase your legacy. They tried to silence your roots. But your blood speaks louder than their lies. Your DNA carries my mark, and no one can take what I have ordained. The hidden documents, the secret conversations, the lies whispered in the dark, I will bring all of it into the light. And you will rise, not just as a survivor, but as a carrier of your parents' mantle. You are not the end of their story. You are the continuation. You are safe. God will be with you. You must remember that, especially when the truth begins to hurt. I will not leave you. I will walk with you through every revelation. I will sit with you when the pain becomes too much. I will hold you when the tears come. But you must stay with me. Do not run again. Do not numb yourself again. Do not go back to pretending everything is fine. This time, feel it. Let the grief rise, let the sorrow come, because I am with you through all of it. And on the other side of your tears will be joy. On the other side of your mourning will be breakthrough. I promise. There are people around you now who know part of the truth, but they remain silent. They don't know you're ready. They think you're too fragile to handle it. But I say you are stronger than they know. You are ready. And I am about to move the pieces so you receive confirmation. Watch closely. A letter, a phone call, a chance encounter, it's coming. And it will begin to unfold what has been hidden for years. You won't have to dig. Those who do not understand. This is between you and me. A divine moment. a holy encounter. You must guard it. The woman who played a role in all this, she will try to deny. She will try to manipulate. But her influence is already breaking. Her time of deception is ending. And I will handle her. You do not need to retaliate. Just watch and pray. Stay in alignment. Stay in surrender. I will begin to bring restoration in ways you never imagined. Financial release is coming. Family secrets will be uncovered. Emotional healing will flood your soul. I will reconnect what was broken. I will give you dreams, visions, and confirmations. You will no longer be left wondering what is real. You will know. And when the full truth stands before you, you will weep, not because you are weak, but because you are finally free. You are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. You are mine. I will never leave you. I will never fail you. Trust me. Pray to me. Stay close. The revelation has begun. The justice is unfolding. The inheritance is being released. And the truth will set you free.